gamers, Rectangular back, this time with another haul video. So I was lucky enough to get an order in from my friend Adonis at freshfigures.com. There'll be a link in the description below. He is a great seller. He's got excellent selection. He has import and domestic figures. And yeah, his prices are very competitive, so definitely go and check them out. And thanks again, sir. Very fast shipping and packed really well. Very happy to get these within just a couple of days of ordering them. So yeah, if you might have a hard time finding these at retail because of how much inventory most of the big box stores have right now, so I would definitely go online and purchase them if you can. So far, first impressions, just looking at the figures in the packages, and they look really nice. The only thing I noticed was just a tiny bit of paint missing from the chin hair on Adam Warlock. But yeah, I'm going to crack these guys out of the package and get a closer look at them and give you guys an overall opinion of what I think. You know, I'm not going to go into a detailed review of each figure, but I will just quickly go over them and let you know what I think of them. Here we have all the figures out of the packages, and pretty damn impressed. A few minor gripes, but overall I think the quality control turned out quite nice on these. Other than what I mentioned before about the very small paint imperfection on Adam Warlock, don't really see a whole lot of issues. They all look really good, at least paint wise. Actually, the sculpts look really nice. I think Ex Nihilo has got some more issues than more people would like to see, but overall very, very happy with the way that these turned out. Yeah, I'm just kind of geeking out. It's not too often that an entire wave makes me happy, but I originally was going to sell off all the movie figures. Well, I wanted Mantis and Nebula for sure, but Star-Lord and Gamora I was not interested in keeping, but actually want to keep that alternate head for Star-Lord, and actually like the gun that Gamora comes with, and I can pop off her head and put another green-faced female head on there and use her as a generic alien for different setups. So I'll probably end up keeping her. You know, I've got a good deal on all of these. Sorry for the rectangular placard there, but a lot of people have been taking screenshots from my videos and not giving credit, not giving a link for where they're getting them from. So I'm gonna have to start doing this from now on, and I'll shuffle the placard around so that you can look at the figures better. But yeah, just common courtesy, if you use a picture or take a screenshot from a video, give the artist credit for all the work. I don't make a lot of money from my YouTube videos. I don't even pay for all the figures that I buy throughout the year with my YouTube channel. That's my ultimate goal. But yeah, all I ask is that you leave a comment and hit like, that kind of thing, and give me credit when I post news or show something that's exclusive or new, whatever, something that nobody else has. Just share the love. So anyway, let's go over starting from left to right. So Nebula, really impressed with the paint and the sculpt on her. Turned out fantastic. My only complaint is how tiny her hands are. I know Karen Gillian, I think is her name, the lady who portrays Nebula in the movie or movies. she's quite petite, but it seems like the female hands, like if you compare the hands on Gamora to the hands on Nebula, Nebula's hands are tiny. They're closer to the size of rockets, which are super small. Same with Mantis. Her hands are quite tiny as well. It's hard to be judgmental sometimes because we in the past have had female characters with gigantic hands. So I don't want to complain too much, but yeah, that's about the only complaint I have on Nebula. It would have been nice if they had included a classic head to put on Nebula. I know they like to keep movie figures movie accurate, and then the comic characters they keep more comic accurate. But it'd be nice if they would mix it up so that we could do both. Because now I'm going to have to try to come up with a custom head to put on Nebula so that I can get a more classic look on her, and I'll probably have to repaint the arm to be more comic accurate as well. But overall, really happy. The detents, when you adjust the joints, like on the ankles, are quite stiff, so it's going to take a while to break those in. But otherwise, really happy with her. Her ab crunch is not the best, but she does have a waist swivel. So wow, we're finally getting to see a waist swivel on a female character. I'm assuming they did that because of the skirt piece, or whatever you want to call that, little belt that she's got hanging down off of her waist that hides the articulation. But it's really nice that you won't break up the sculpt of her outfit, so she can turn, and you can keep those same lines between the upper torso and the lower torso consistent. So very, very cool. I know movie figures tend to get lots of love, but it would be nice if we could see that on comic figures as well. The robot arm pops in and out without any issues. Obviously these are pretty delicate, so you don't want to manhandle them too much. And it does have some give to it, so shouldn't have too many issues, I don't think, with breakage. You just need to be delicate with these. Her gun is quite small, but yeah, overall it's not bad. It does have some black wash on it, so it's got some, you can see the painted detail. The lines on her are great, so yeah, I'm spending a lot of time on that figure, but really happy with the way it turned out. Rocket is quite nice. I'm glad that I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the Figure Arts version, which is a Japanese web shop exclusive, because the feet and hands, I think, really suffer on this figure. Not having an actual joint there at the hands and the feet, they just it's just a straight swivel. They pop in and out pretty easy. So posing is good, not great, as far as that goes. But it's hard to complain when the previous version movie Rocket that we got was just an absolute terrible, practically a statue. So this is a huge improvement. I really love the paint on it, the sculpt. They just really did an excellent job on this figure. It looks like the heads are all pretty much the same, and that because this jaw piece is a separate piece, and that they just glued it in at a different angle. The eyes, I think, are painted differently as well. There's a little more detail on the non-angry head, the regular head. The screaming head, or whatever you want to call it, has got just kind of red beady eyes. And then I'm actually lucky that I can stand Baby Groot here. He doesn't seem to have too many issues, at least right now, standing, but he's pretty well painted for such a tiny figure. His eyes are, I think, have a lot more gold in them than they do in the movie. But I think you'd have a hard time seeing the eyes if it didn't have that gold for the iris, or around the iris. Let's see, Ex Nihilo. Pretty simple, it's just all that gold plastic with the black insignia on the front. For the most part, the insignia turned out pretty well. It's not perfect, but pretty damn good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. The head looks like it's painted really well. But that's pretty much it. That's the only paint apps you get. And let me know what you guys think of what other large barefoot figures or characters that we might see, because Hasbro never just makes a new mold and use once. They're gonna use it again for something else. So curious what other characters you think are gonna come with barefoot feet that are this size. We had other like Vision, but I don't think the feet are the same. I think these are a bigger scale feet than what came on Vision. Mantis, really happy with the way she turned out. Has got some odd choices of articulation. She's got an actual bicep swivel that's hidden there with her costume, which is quite nice. It's just redundant when you've got the swivel at the elbow. So I would have liked to have seen a double jointed elbow and the bicep swivel. That would have been a slam dunk. That would have been excellent to see. She also has the upper thigh swivel and a swivel at the boot. So that is nice. So you can actually move the feet, rotate the feet outwards and not break up the sculpt of her costume there at the upper thigh. So, it's hard to complain, but yeah, you're getting basically the same articulation twice, but it does come in handy for maintaining the sculpt or appearance of the costume. So, really happy with the way she turned out. Her neck, the paint on her neck is a little bit sloppy, but it's hidden by the hair, so I can't really complain about it too much because you're really never going to see it. Adam Warlock, very happy with him. He does have a little bit of paint missing in some of the black areas. There's a spot on his back, just a tiny spot on his back that's missing some black paint, I believe. Oop, she's gonna fall. But yeah, just a tiny spot there in his shoulder, the muscle pockets of his muscle that are missing some red. But other than that, nothing that I can't touch up very quickly and easily. Really happy he's got some shading in his hair. The effects pieces look pretty cool in that color. We're seeing these over and over again, but at least we're getting different colors and not just giving us the same ones over and over again. The Magus head turned out fantastic. Really happy with the way that this looks, and apologize for all the noise in the background. But yeah, this turned out fantastic. I'm so happy to get a Magus. Love all the shading in the hair. Looks fantastic. Man, so happy to finally get this character. And then Ex Nihilo over here. Or I'm sorry, this is Death's Head 2. Death's Head 2. He looks okay. Some of the gold paint is a little bit sloppy there on the legs, the straps of his legs. Could be a little bit thicker, but otherwise I think he turned out pretty damn good. A little bit of over paint there on the cuff. The only thing that's really kind of off-putting about him is that he has like a wash of this glittery blue, silver blue on the front of his legs, and then it stops when you get to the upper thighs. So that's a little bit annoying that they didn't continue that paint wash into the front, and there's nothing on the back, it's just on the front. Also, the knees are or actually the thighs are sculpted with a lot of extra material there in the knees, so his knees are always slightly bent, so don't really have any problems posing him because his feet are nice and big, but yeah, that's just something that he's never going to stand perfectly straight up, and you know, I'm not that familiar with the character, so don't know if he's kind of hunched over a lot in the comics. This hand is pretty cool, with the kind of crooked pointed finger. You know, not a whole lot to say. That's the only accessory that he comes with. Again, I don't know if he ever does not have that mechanical arm on the right side. It would have been nice if he, in the comics, if he does have an alternate arm, it would have been nice if they had included that. But I don't have the Colossus figure, so this is the first time I'm seeing this mold, and it's very cool. I'm glad we're getting a new mold, and I'm curious to see what other characters they're going to do on that body mold. And then Star-Lord turned out pretty good. He does not have a whole lot of paint detail, but where he does have it, you know, it's pretty effective. The hands are a little bit challenging. Also, the hands, the fingers are a little bit sloppy as far as the flesh tone goes, but nothing too terrible. And the guns are a little bit challenging to get to fit into those hands, but you know, just gotta be patient with it, and you can get him in pretty easily. I like the smirk on his face, and the scarf is a nice soft material. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as he goes. You know, it's kind of unfortunate we're getting so many Star-Lords this year. And then Gamora, she actually turned out pretty nice. There's a lot of sculpted detail on her, on her pants, or her boots turned out really nice. The jacket is really nice. Let's see, the front of her costume is painted pretty well with all those silver details. The paint on her hair and face is pretty good. The hair is pretty soft, so I'm glad that you know, for those who actually want this character, they can pose it pretty well. The green is a lot more accurate to the movie than the previous figure, which is a much better figure than what we got in the first wave of Guardians. I haven't tried putting the sword into her little scabbard there, but in the reviews I've seen, it seems to fit in fairly well. I think it sticks out just a little bit, so let's go ahead and test it out here on camera. There, yeah, it looks pretty good. And like again, I'm not a big fan of movie figures, so I'll probably just end up kit bashing her into something else. The gun is a little bit on the rubbery side, but it looks good. The paint on it looks good, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that's one of the reasons I'm going to end up keeping this figure as well, because I like that gun. And we'll probably see it again in another figure. But anyway, hopefully you guys liked my quick overview. Well, quick in my world, which is usually long and drawn out. But hopefully you guys like the overview. You hit like, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I always love hearing back from you guys, so please leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
That's crispy.